Your opponent is Stephanie Werren.
Stephanie Werren. Stephanie was appointed, I believe, maybe 4 years ago, 2 terms ago. I was on council when she was appointed. In fact, the present law director was the elected representative of that ward. And then he became the law director, left an opening, and Stephanie, along with several other people, applied, and she was appointed.
So you were part of the decision process to make your opponent council person.
I was. In fact, I was president of council during that period and sat in on all the interviews, and I believe there were about 8 people that applied for that position. And she came to the top, and we appointed Stephanie.
Yeah, well, in your view, just because now obviously you don't think she's at the top, what were the redeeming qualities about Stephanie Werren when you agreed to be part of the group that supported her?
When she applied, as I say, of the 8, she was young, she was passionate. Her and her husband had just moved to North Canton, I think relatively early. She had children in the school, which was Plain Township schools. And she showed a passion that she would want to get in there and do some work. The 3rd ward had been somewhat neglected for a while. It's one of the newer wards in the city. It contains probably some of the highest priced homes in the city. And it had been neglected previous. Tim Fox had started to try to make some inroads there. The infrastructure had not been taken care of properly. Whether you like it or not in this business, it's like federal government. The longer the seniority you have, or the more leadership you have, the more money is going to go to your ward. That's the way it works. So, and then over the period of the last four years or so, possibly 5, not exactly how long she's been there, she's done some things. She's missed some meetings. She's not attended any of the meetings she's required by charter to attend for the Zoning Board of Appeals. In fact, there's a meeting there, I believe, tonight. But just think, and constituents would call me, and they learned to, and ask me to run because they were not getting the attention they thought they should get.
In your study of Councilwoman Werren, does she have anything comparable on her record that she's done positive for North Canton? Obviously, you've concluded that overall she's a negative factor, but it's always nice when opponents can say something positive about one another. Can you do that, or does
well, yes, actually, I would say, and I've been asked as I've been through the ward, what my feelings. It's difficult to say something. Personally, she's a very fine lady. She's bright. She's a family woman, and I like Stephanie. The thing is, some of the things it requires I'm fortunate. I run a little business on Main Street, so I can get anywhere in a matter of no time if there's a problem. And that's the problem. You have to be attentive. You cannot ignore the constituency, not return the calls, not go see them. I know she had a problem with the parking lot. I'm not real schooled on that at the Hoover district, and they were a little upset about that. She has a mega problem now with this zoning proposal at Fieldcrest. And, that's something I urged the mayor. I said, Mayor, when I went to the last planning commission meeting, when they okayed it and sent it to council, I said, Mayor, why don't you hire a professional planner? How are you allowing the change of all that acreage without some input to the residency? You have Arrowhead, you have Waterside. If it changes the way they want to change it, what's to stop the owners? Of course, the city owns Arrowhead, but if it was sold, from doing the same thing. And those residents want attention. But I think she's done a nice job with some of the street paving projects. She's worked hard on some of the streets that were in deplorable shape. She was successful in getting paved. So she did a nice job there.
Okay.